This is our second flight. Got 20 some satellites, very quick to lock on. Wow. Impressive. Looking good. Very maneuverable, very controllable, and yet quite a speed demon. This hover here is really controllable. Impressive maneuverability. So ends our second flight. Okay. Once again, the motors are not warm. Everything is beautiful about this. This is a rare blend. It's taken some time for to develop this. But in the beginning, in my first videos months ago, I tried to fly this thing, and there were several times in which it had, shall we say, an unceremonious landing. Now, it was because of the restricted view of the O4 Lite. Now, with this mod, this lens mod that I have featured on this channel as well, on other quads, like the smaller ones, like the Whoops, as you can see, this lens mod here is now installed on our Speed Demon here. Again, the specifications will be put in the description below. But this lens mod really helped it for me, because in order to go a maximum speed with any quad, you need to have a very high angle of camera attack, as they call. So you need to be somewhat like this, or like this, somewhere in this region of angle, whatever this angle is. You don't want your camera to be pointing at the ground because you can't see where you're going, so it needs to be pointed up. This is not a variable, it doesn't you can't vary the angle of your camera while you're in flight. It is fixed. So I have put my camera angle like this, and with this lens mod I am able to still see the tips of the props and the slight, as you'll see in the footage, of the bells of the motors, and still yet be able to maintain this angle of attack and see where I am going, which is what I exactly did along this train track here. And then yet be able to come in for a nice smooth landing because I had that frame of reference with the motors, and be able to control it, rather than normally without this lens mod you would just be staring up at the sky, which has happened, and because of that you have no form of reference of how or what angle your quad is at. And I believe I have videos of that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. I'll put it up in the link in the description. You'll see what I'm talking about. It was just staring up at the sky, unable to see anything but until you took off. And then so I made, for me anyway, a terrible way to land, and it was very unceremoniously, usually ending up with broken props and stuff of that nature. So this lens mod has helped me a great deal, turning this quad into a speed demon. I mean, allowing it to perform the function which it was built for as a speed demon, but also to be able to land it nice and controllably. I am very pleased with the outcome of this quad. This is using the Chris Ross's frame, and then I just built my stack up here as I have covered in my other videos. And in that regard, it has worked out really well, and all the details will be in the description below. Here you can see the GPS here. This is where I put it. And then my antenna for the O4 Lite comes out the back with no interferences because it is well away from it, even though it is circular. This catches the satellites. I'll put the type of GPS in the description below, along with the specs of this quad. And it catches satellites very quickly. I got 22, 24 satellites, and it takes a very short time to gain those satellites. Like I said, this is Chris Ross's frame with his motors, with his recommended prop. Again, those specifications are in the description below. Until next time, au revoir.